Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. It's finally game day. It felt like this Georgia-Alabama game was never going to get here. And then kind of towards the end of the week, everyone got the news that Nick Saban had tested positive for COVID. And then two negative tests later, here we are waiting for one more negative test. And then Nick Saban will be available for this evening's game between Alabama and Georgia. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I know I usually don't come on in the morning times, but I can't wait. I can't stop talking Alabama and Georgia. I want to take your calls this morning, and I want to get a final score prediction, kind of some final thoughts going into Alabama and Georgia. I just listened to Nick Saban on College Game Day, and he talked about the fact that nobody so far through three games has been able to run against Georgia. And I think that, when we look at kind of the offense from Alabama going up against Georgia's overall defense, to me, that's still the main storyline. I think that if Alabama can effectively move the football, then Alabama is going to be successful in this game. And look, I get it. Georgia's defense is fantastic, but I do think that if Alabama's defense is able to make one, two stops, crucial stops, even just, maybe just, hold off Georgia's offense just a time or two. I think that will allow Alabama to gain hold on this game and retain hold on this game. I think Mac Jones, the way he's playing, has been fantastic. I actually have, I wanted to bring up some stats and basically show you kind of his passing distribution. This is something that I haven't added recently. Call line is open 205-850-0883. Here's kind of a look at Mac Jones and how he's distributed the football. And if we look to the outside left between the numbers and to the outside right, especially over 20 yards, you see how effective Mac Jones has been. 93.5% to the outside left, 94.5 to the middle of the field. And these are over 20. So we're looking at those top boxes. And then to the outside right, 90.9. Those are outstanding numbers for any quarterback. And Mac Jones has done this through the first three games. So I think one of the things that we all appreciated about Tua Tagovailoa was his effectiveness to get the ball downfield, 20 yards downfield, and he was really effective on doing that. And same thing with Mac Jones, of course, between the numbers, and we're looking at those center boxes right now between the numbers, 91.5, 91.7 to the outside right. So Mac Jones continues to play fantastic, and I think it presents a great opportunity for him today. I mean, when you kind of look at the overall Heisman look, if you want a Heisman moment, there's no bigger game to shine than tonight, especially in this early season. I'll take the first call, and thank you very much for calling in. Thank you very much for calling in. My name is Kyle Henderson. Who on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hunter from Harper, Alabama.
Hey, what's up, Harper? Is it Harper or Hunter? Hunter, right?
Hunter.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Hunter. You're on. If we can kind of, final thought on this game, and then give me a score prediction as you head out. Go ahead, Hunter.
I'm going to say 38-21.
38-21. Okay. All right. And if you guys want to out there, write down your score predictions, and then we'll have a score contest. And whoever can paint this score and get the score accurately, I will send you a $25 gift card to the Alumni Hall. So write down your score, Harper and Hunter, and say it again. Go ahead.
38-21.
38-21. Hunter, as we look at this game, what do you think is going to be the main difference? I mean, just plain and simple. Is it Alabama's offense versus Georgia's defense? Is there something else that we haven't talked about?
I think our defense comes out and plays with a purpose this week. I think that they got embarrassed on TV, and I think when you look at games when Saban has had a team that didn't perform very well, you remember a few years ago when we lost to Ole Miss back in 2015, the very next year we came back out and destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
And when teams seem to get embarrassed, they seem to come back with a vengeance. And I think that's what's going to happen today.
Yeah, I think kind of when you look at this game and you kind of look head to head between the two teams, I got some graphics that I'll run right now. I mean, it's pretty amazing to see this Alabama offense and how they've kind of progressed throughout the last couple of years. And do you feel that Steve Sarkisian being back for his second consecutive season has contributed to this continuing of Alabama's just extremely dynamic offense? And do you feel that with Pete Golding coming back for his second, third year at Alabama, that's continued to contribute to Alabama's lack thereof defense?
Well, as far as the offensive side of the ball, I think having consistency as a coordinator helps and having they're learning his system, they know his system. As far as the defense, um, I'm about done with Pete Golding at this point, but I think it somewhat helps to have some consistency there. But I think we just have to play with more, especially on defense. We just got to play with more mental awareness and make tackles. I mean, we got to tackle well. We can't tackle well in this game, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to.
When we look on the line with Hunter from Alabama, you kind of look at this Georgia offense, Stetson Bennett, kind of a quarterback that we didn't even really know about going into this game. I'm sure you've watched Georgia a couple times. What is your early assessment and takeaway on Stetson Bennett?
Well, I respect Georgia's game. I think they do a pretty good job at the things that the way their system works. I just think against Alabama and against our team, I don't think that their offense can keep up with our offense as far as scoring. I don't think they're as dynamic as they were a year ago. So I just don't see how they can really keep up offensively. With this Mac Jones offense and things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Hunter from Alabama. I apologize. I know you've called in multiple times, but we have Jordan Harper who calls in. So sometimes I get mixed up and I can't, my earpiece is sometimes I can't hear the best. So no disrespect, man. So Hunter from Alabama, thank you very much for calling. Remember, we got the call-in show right after the game right here on Bama Insider. But thank you very much for calling in this morning. I hope you have a great college football Saturday.
Thank you. Roll Tide.
All right. Take it easy. Roll Tide. Okay. So we got Hunter from Alabama with his score prediction. If you guys want to call in and give a score prediction, we'll write it down. And then, as I was saying earlier, we will. I'll give the score winner a gift card to the Alumni House store. It's $25 or something like that. So, Kyle Henderson, BamaInsider.com. The call-in line is open. I'll take your calls. Kind of like a final thought, kind of going into this game. There's so much, at stake with this game, in my opinion. I think kind of when you look at the overall, symmetry of how these two teams line up, you have a team, the call-in line right there at the bottom of the screen. So much going into this game. And I think when you kind of step back, I think there's more at stake for Georgia. And I'll tell you why. I think if Georgia, we all know, is a bad moon rising from the east. I think if they're able to secure this victory at Bryant-Denny Stadium, it'll provide so much momentum for Kirby Smart. I think Kirby Smart will be able to tell all his recruits. I think he'll be able to tell everybody that he was the guy that beat Nick Saban head to head. And let's get right to it. I think Nick Saban is absolutely going to coach tonight. I know that, he's had the 2 negative tests. So it looks like that positive that he had on Wednesday is going to be false. And it was kind of all for nothing. I think a lot of people got panicked and we're kind of, looking at what to do. But I just watched Nick Saban on game day. Looks fantastic. Said that he's had no symptoms. So kind of getting to the point that I think more is at stake for Georgia. I think if Georgia is able to win that game and secure it, I think Kirby Smart is able to tell all his recruits and everybody that he was the guy that beat Nick Saban head to head. We all know what happened last time these two teams played, and I was at those games. I was on the sidelines of each of those games. You kind of look at, the national championship game and Devontae Smith catching the game winner, 2nd and 26. That was really the start of Tua Tagovailoa and his great career here at University of Alabama. Call line is open, 205-850-0883. Want to get your score predictions right here on Bama Insider. We'll call this the pregame show in the morning. And that game was amazing. I think one of the things that you look at, and one of the things that Kirby Smart has been successful in doing against Alabama, and these are, I'm just talking the last 2 times that they played, Kirby Smart versus Nick Saban, is Kirby Smart, being the defensive-minded coach, has always had, in my opinion, a good defensive game plan to stop Alabama's offense, right? You look at what he did in the SEC championship game, and I think they bottled up Tua Tagovailoa until Tua Tagovailoa was injured, and then in steps Jalen Hurts. And my goodness, I mean, what a story that was! Is Jalen Hurts, led Alabama Crimson Tide. That was honestly like watching a movie. I remember being on the sideline, and I remember Jalen Hurts scoring that touchdown. He did the Superman flex across his chest. But what I remember most about the game was after the game, inside just outside the locker room. Saw Jalen Hurts with his parents, and they just embraced. And I think a lot of people just, that closing to that story couldn't be more poetic. And I think, that quite a game, But my point is that Kirby Smart has always had such a game plan for Alabama's offense, rather. All right, we'll take our next caller. All right, thanks for calling in. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? This is Sam from Alabama, man.
Hey, what's up, Sam? Thank you very much for joining me on Saturday. First of all, I hope you have a great college football Saturday. There's so much time into this game. We're all kind of looking ahead to 2 p.m. when Nick Saban's test results come back. What's kind of your final thought on this game, and give me a score prediction?
My thoughts on the game is I look at offensively. Can our offensive linemen, you got to be able to run the football against these guys. All right. They want to stop the run. Najee Harris thinks that it's, he welcomes the competition in this area of the game as far as Georgia's ability to stop the run. Alabama should buckle down and just challenge themselves and run the football offensively. The offensive line also has to protect Mac Jones. They've been doing a good job thus far. They have to continue to protect him and create some sort of shell around him and not let him get hit and get rattled. Because Kirby Smart is going to come up with some sort of game plan to get Mac Jones, to try to fluster Mac Jones. He's done that. He's done that with Tua in the past. He's done that. He's also done that with Jalen Hurts when we played them. All right? So he's going to come up with something. Another question is, and I think they will, our wide receivers. Our wide receivers, I believe that they're able to, they will be, I think they'll be able to get separation like they have done all year. This group of receivers is going to be the best group of receivers that Georgia has faced thus far. Yeah. Right. So, not only that, okay, Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and our receivers, they have to protect the football today, right? They have to not turn the football over, because like Saban's always said, you got to end each drive in a kick, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or extra point. You have to end each drive in a kick, which makes sense, man. So protect the football today. Another thing is, Kirby Smart hasn't faced Steve Sarkisian type of offense yet. He's faced with who did he face? He faced Brian Dable. He's also faced what's the other guy name from a couple years ago?
Well, previously to so you had
Maryland.
Yeah, Mike Locksley. So you had Brian Daboll, then you had Mike Locksley, and then you had Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, and I think Steve Sarkisian he's been doing a wonderful job this year, man. Mm-hmm. He's been doing a great job. He needs to keep it up and keep them off balance, right? So that's the offense. I think that, you protect the football offensively, run the football, challenge yourself. And, they say they're the best at stopping the run. Prove it. Challenge yourself and run the football and make them think twice about themselves and keep them off balance offensively. Defensively, can we get any type of penetration with our defensive line? It's going to be, I hope we can. I don't think Georgia's offensive line is as great as it used to be. I mean, as great as it has been in the past couple of years, but they still a stout offensive line, right? So, can our defensive line, our defensive front, create some sort of penetration and, stop, try to at least minimize them in the run game.
Sure.
Right. I think this is a game for Will Anderson, man.
Yeah.
I think this is a type of game that Will Anderson can really be effective and show his pass rushing ability in this game. Just get Stetson. What's his name? Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett, correct.
Just get him. Just get him off. Just make him a little nervous and get him off. Don't let them just sit back there and just, if you have enough time, you give any quarterback enough time to throw the ball, they'll find they'll find the open guy. Okay. Their receiver, they got great running backs, man. They got great running backs, and I think that they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do with some of these other teams have done against the Alabama defense. They have that type of running back that can create mismatches against our linebackers. Okay, and they have some steady offers tight ends. So, but the thing is, I don't know. I mean, they have some very capable receivers. They have some very capable receivers. I don't know if they can create that separation like our receivers can. So that'll be interesting to think. I mean, to look at in this game as well. I think Daniel Wright's gonna play in this game because of Battle is gonna be out for the first half. So he has to buckle down, man, and play football, man. If you're gonna play defense, you got to tackle, man. You can't shy away from contact if you're gonna play defense. If you don't like defense, go play offense somewhere. So that's just my thoughts on the game. I think that if we can score 30 points against them, I think we can win this ball game. This is a different type of game that we played last week. It's not going to be as up tempo, but it wouldn't put it past me that that's something that they'll attempt to do in this game and try to go up tempo against our defense. Just try to wear us out. But I think if we score 30 points in this game, I think we can win at least by 10 points, hopefully. I'm not overly confident, and that's because of our defensive play in this game, but I think we can move the ball on them. The one thing I do look at, and can our offense be as dynamic as LSU's offense was in the SEC championship game? We do have a dynamic offense. We have proved that this year. Can our offense do some of the similar things that LSU can be explosive against their defense in that SEC championship game from last year? So that'll be an interesting thing
Sam,
to look at. But
Sam, wrap it up and give me your final score prediction, buddy.
Dang it, Kyle, Legendneer. Let's go with 35-24.
All right. And what I'm doing, everybody, is you guys are in charge of keeping your own scores. I have it right here recorded, so it's not like you can call in and lie about it. You guys tell me your score prediction, and whoever has a score prediction, I'll hook you up with a $25 gift card. So that's how it's going to work. But all right, Sam, we appreciate you calling in. Remember, we got the post-game show right after the game. The lines should be amazing for this particular matchup and all matchups going forward. So thank you, Sam. Have a blessed Saturday. Enjoy your college football, and we'll catch up with you soon, okay?
You too, man.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to wrap with Sam from Alabama. Appreciate it. Call-in line is open. It's just call in. We're having fun with it. We're enjoying this college football Saturday together. Just saw a lot of people asking about Saban and kind of when are we going to get the news? I guess I should pop that up on the screen. What I'm assuming, we should get kind of some intel on Saban in this final test by 2 p.m. Central Time, right? I mean, it's not an exact time, but kind of based off, the 24 hours, the PCR test, that's what time it should be in. I saw him on College Football Game Day. I'm sure you guys did too. And he looked fantastic. Said he had no symptoms. His oxygen levels were great. So looks like he's going to be, I would assume he's going to be available for tonight. And kind of Desmond Howard was the first one kind of allude, towards that. And I think we all kind of knew that, what was going to happen in that particular matchup. All right, we got Mr. Sukalis saying this game could put Mac as a front runner for the Heisman. Absolutely. I think when you kind of look at the overall picture of this game, if Mac Jones continues to play like he's been playing, I think that, this is a great moment, a great opportunity for him really to showcase his abilities on a national stage. We got some more callers calling in. I'll take this first caller. Hello. Thank you very much for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle. This is Andrew from Nevada.
Hey, what's up, Andrew? Thank you very much for calling. Saw that the line just moved to 5. I mean, it was 4, now it's 5. I think. Do you feel that that's because Nick Saban's probably going to be coaching in this game?
Yeah, I think so. I've been watching this game all week. It's kind of an intriguing matchup. 2 and 3, correct? Ranked
2 and 3, correct.
The
And
lines moved.
go ahead.
The lines moved. It started out at 6.5, and now it's down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the over/under's been about 58.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more of a high-scoring game between these two, with Alabama maybe winning by 4 or 5. What do you think?
I think kind of, the shootout would surprise me because I just don't see this game having, being one of those Big 12 track meets. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, last week was, a game that always happens, seems to happen to Alabama, especially against Ole Miss. In this game, I think Kirby Smart's defense will be a little bit more prepared. All eyes are on this particular game. Where's the money when we kind of look to in terms of betting on this game? Where's the money going right now?
Oh, all the money's going on Alabama with the way the line's been fluctuating.
Mm-hmm.
People have been betting Alabama since it's been going down. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more of just betting the over.
Mm-hmm.
But I think final score is going to be 42-38 Alabama.
42-38 Alabama. Okay. A lot of points in that one. Be sure and write it down. And, as I said, the winner gets a gift card to the Alumni Hall. But, I could also hook you up with some other gift cards. I know there's Andrew from Vegas that definitely likes some nice gear. So you need a flat bill Alabama or something like that. So appreciate the call in. Before I let you go, Andrew, let's kind of look at some of these other games from around the SEC. Any other, you got Auburn. Let me make sure everybody can see this screen. Let's see if we can get this in. All right, we got some other games on the slate today. You got Auburn taking on South Carolina, Kentucky taking on Tennessee. I don't know if you have, a sheet in front of you, but any of these games that you like when you're looking at the SEC?
You know what? Actually, I do have a sheet in front of me, a college football sheet, but the games are all kind of spread around.
Trying to get that take on Auburn,
Kentucky, and Tennessee. Go ahead.
Kentucky, Tennessee. Any of the SEC ones you got, you could just read them off.
Yeah, Kentucky and Tennessee. It opened up at Tennessee -6. I think the line's pretty much the same. The sheet I have doesn't have an over/under, but I'm pretty sure that over/under is going to be about 58-60. And then you got Auburn -3 over South Carolina. And that's about it. I've just been watching pretty much. I follow about 2 games a week. I like this has nothing to do with the SEC, but I like the over in Notre Dame, Louisville, and Alabama and Georgia. That's pretty much the game I've been concentrating on. So we'll see what the final score is and see what happens.
All right. Well, that's Andrew from Vegas. Thank you so much. Be sure and keep that score prediction down, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Take care.
All right. Andrew calling in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, moving on to our next caller. Let's take it right now. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
This is Antonio calling from Tuscaloosa.
Hey, what's up, Antonio? Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much for joining the show. Final thoughts on this game between Alabama and Georgia. Take it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to force my final thoughts. I think I'm going to take a different approach. My only concern really is on the defensive end. Defensive side of the game for Alabama, basically. I feel like, the other person, he said it was going to be like a shootout. But we all know Georgia got a good defense, and especially with being Kirby Smart. I just don't see it being no shootout. I think it's just going to be the trenches. We know how bad Alabama defense played against Ole Miss. We can't really overshadow that. So I'm basically just gonna say, towards the game itself, I think it's gonna be more of a low scoring type. I'll probably say maybe 25-15.
25-15, Antonio. 25-15. Okay. I think. It's just when you look at a score, like a low scoring game, like to me in this day of college football, there's just, I mean, that's like ridiculously low. I think like, low scoring today is like 31-24. You get what I'm saying? Just because, like the game of college football has changed so much. But I mean, I can see what you're saying, maybe like 27-14 or something like that. I don't know. But you bring up a great point. I mean, and I've been talking about this earlier. Kirby Smart has always had such a great game plan defensively for Alabama. And I think that doesn't change going into the night's game.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand it's only been 3 games. This is just the 4th game.
Yeah.
Every game not going to be perfect. I think we should have learned that from Ole Miss. I still feel like, Ole Miss may not be good as people think, but you got to understand that, Lane Kiffin is good. You should have known that he was going to come out with something. He was under Nick Saban.
Yep.
I'm just gonna be honest. I still feel like I'm just gonna be different with it. Alabama, we keep loading up each year. But we always got to think like it's gonna come a time when somebody gonna catch us.
Mm-hmm.
It's always surprises every year in college football. You just never know. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, that was last week about what happened. But, if the defense don't turn around, I'm not even finna go on Pete Golden. The players that played, the ones that know the game, they know their job. They know what they need to do. We can sit up here and talk about the coaches all we want.
Sure.
But the players are the ones that go out there on their field and play. It's just simple. They've been playing college football for years like that. It shouldn't be no different. This is a home game. They're going to give Alabama the edge in a way because it is a home game. So, I just want to see how the defense going to play out. If the defense has not gotten better since last week and it's that same type thing, I'll be worried. I'm going to be worried.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Antonio from T-Town. We appreciate it, man. I got to move to my next caller. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. That was Antonio calling in from lovely T-Town. By the way, the weather today in Tuscaloosa, absolutely beautiful. So definitely take advantage of, being outside if you're in T-Town today. And if you have an opportunity to go to the game, it's going to be an amazing game. Hey, the super chat's available. I know that you guys, might see the suit jacket and maybe, you're like, oh man, student doesn't need the super chats, but all super chats certainly help, the business. So what is a super chat? There's a little dollar icon there at the bottom of the screen, and anything helps. And, I'd be really appreciative for any type of super chats. So basically like tips. If you like the coverage, if you like the host, super chats always welcomed. But if you're not into super chats, and I get it, everybody's in different circumstances, then a simple thumbs up and make sure you like and subscribe. That really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. So moving on to our next caller. Hey, what's up? You on the line with Kyle Henderson? Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Kyle, this is Mike Anderson calling in from McCalla, Alabama. How are you, sir?
What's up? Good morning. Thank you very much for calling in. I love, I said it, 100 times before. I love the ATL. ATL's always treated me so good. You're on the line this morning. I hope you're off to a great Saturday. Final thoughts and kind of score predictions for Alabama and Georgia. Go ahead.
Absolutely, my friend. So my score will be 31-24. That's it. 31. That's where I think we're going to be. Okay. And but I'm going to go ahead and straight to the defense because I feel like the offense is on its own pace. They have already hit their grind. So I believe that the offense has shown its potential, and even kind of with its back against the wall, because even though we scored 63 points, let's face it, this game was tight-knit the whole time, and it had to be big plays to win the game. And that goes to the defense. The 2 stops they made to make them kick the field goals. I feel like that is more the face of our defense than the beginning, simply because of the mind of Lane Kiffin. Not only is he a good offensive mind, but he also knows how to oppose Nick Saban. So the defense, I believe the biggest problem with our defense, or I wouldn't even say problem, more so improvement area. Let's face it, guys, nobody talks about it. The strength and conditioning. We have not been the same with that true strength and conditioning. And the evidence to that is if you look at the Ole Miss game, watch how we get blown off the ball.
Yeah.
Our defensive line does not have the complete size that we've had over the years, like Raekwon Davis size. If you look at it, we're a little smaller. So we're playing with more speed, but I feel like the strength is just not there yet. And I believe it comes to that grind of, like I think you pointed it out, who's going to be that locker room guru that in this game feels like, hey, we got to go win this game. Who's going to take over? Because Dylan Moses hasn't been the same since he's come back. But I understand. I mean, we shouldn't count Dylan Moses out. We got to understand he might be facing a recovery period to get back to that grind, that Dylan Moses that we know. So I feel like we need that locker room guy, that guy on that defense to say, hey, we are better than this, and we're going to prove it night-on-night basis. But that's all I had, Kyle. Thank you for taking my call, my friend.
Hey, Mike, did you say, and someone said that I missed with your location. Are you from Alabama or Atlanta? I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, no, it's okay. I know I'm in a windy area. I'm actually in Wisconsin right now, which is funny. But I'm from McCalla, Alabama, man. I'm about 25 minutes away from you.
All right. So no disrespect. I apologize on that. So I'll get it right. And thank you very much for calling in regardless. And have a blessed rest of your day. And thank you very much for the dialogue.
Yes, sir. Hey, and in the comment box, you're going to see me as Bama Mike with that 2017 ring hanging high, baby.
Okay.
You'll see it.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Bama Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for calling in.
Yes, sir.
All right. My bad on that, guys. I misheard Mike was calling in from Alabama. I do all this stuff by myself. Like, you might think like I have this whole production crew. Literally, I'm doing all the graphical work. I'm putting everything up while we're talking. So, I'm obviously not perfect. So there's going to be a couple errors. So thank you very much. And, I'll keep it going. So we'll take another call here coming up. Feeling great. The weather is beautiful. And, just so blessed to be able to talk about Alabama football. And as I said earlier, we should be getting an update on Nick Saban around 2 p.m. Central Time. That's basically when Alabama has been sending the official statement. So I might come back at 2 p.m. Central Time with another quick live update. If Saban's good to go, and then, we'll be ready to roll. So this show is, I'm just doing some final thoughts, some final predictions on Alabama and Georgia. And, we'll be out of here. So I got to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather and enjoy some college football before we wrap tonight. And we'll be online plenty tonight. Okay, next caller is, let's take it right now. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? This is Joe. I'm in Florida. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Joe from Florida.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead,
hey, listen,
Joe.
I got a couple of questions. I got a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to go out and say I don't think it's the offense that's going to win this game. I think it's Bama's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust Georgia's offense. I really don't. Fouls make fights. That Ole Miss game was a one-off. Look, it was the perfect storm. In the rain, Bama looking ahead, an up-tempo, high-speed offense with a great dynamic quarterback. Georgia doesn't have that. They don't have that at all. I think the defense needs to be simplified, and I think they need to let these guys play. I know about the rush, the must rush contain that we were doing on Matt Corral, but if you look at Georgia and you go back to Clemson when they had that great defensive line, they got after the quarterback. Look, he's going to make some plays, but you got to pressure him. And when you do those type of things, it kind of hesitates. The defensive linemen, they hesitate. They're not really trying to get upfield. They're not trying to put pressure. They're trying to keep him in the pocket. And I don't believe in that. You got to go after this guy. So simplify the defense, and the defense is going to win this game. I just have that feeling. Not the offense, but the defense. I really do believe that. My score prediction for this, I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm looking somewhere maybe 24-17, somewhere along in there.
Okay. I mean, that's way under what Vegas has it, but I get what you're saying. I think, kind of depending on, what happens in this game, I could see it going low scoring. I don't think it's going to be one of these Big 12 shootouts that we've seen in the past. Let me ask you this, Joe, and I appreciate you calling in, and call line is open for everybody. 205-850-0883. Please hit the thumbs up and like button. I was, when we were talking to Mike from Alabama just a second ago, he brought up a good point. Alabama has been, it looks like in terms of watching that last game that Ole Miss really handled Alabama's defensive line. Does that go on, kind of the overall strength and conditioning? That I thought that was a good point, because everyone's been pointing at Pete Golding, but no one's really pointed the blame at the new strength and conditioning coaches. I don't know, like Lane Kiffin had a great game plan, but if you rewatch that game, Ole Miss's offensive line, they dominated Alabama's defensive line, something that I haven't seen, since I've been covering Alabama in the last 5 seasons. What do you think about that?
When I look at that game, this is what I'll tell you. It was a combination of things. Number one, Ole Miss did a lot of window dressing, a lot of movement. And I don't really think they blew Alabama off. They caught Alabama in the wrong gap. And when you have a defensive lineman, his body is turned, now you can push him. They did a lot of cutback, right? You go back and you look at the Missouri game. You look at Texas A&M game. Texas A&M has a great offensive line with like 120 starts. Texas A&M didn't blow Alabama off the line, right? Missouri didn't blow Alabama off the line. Alabama's getting caught. And when you're going really fast, you're going up tempo, a lot of window dressing. Well, the defense tends to move. And those Ole Miss guys, they know how to step. I'm going to put my butt on this side. I'm going to put you this side. I'm going to twist and turn you. They didn't necessarily blow. And the running backs made some outstanding cuts, right? And another thing I want to bring up, if you go back and you look at the Arkansas game, and you look at the Tennessee game against Georgia's offensive line, they dominated Georgia's offensive line. Go look at the game. Look at the game film. They really did a good job against Georgia's offensive line. Georgia's offensive line is not good. They're not athletic. And I fully expect Alabama to be able to hang in there with those guys. But that's what the case when I watched the tape with Ole Miss, it was just misdirection. The guys got tired. And that's what I saw. I don't know. I can't say, because I watched Missouri. I watched Texas A&M, which have a good offensive line. And they pretty much held their own. And that was like mano a mano. But with this offensive line, a lot of misdirection, a lot of pulling, a lot of trapping. Yeah. And that, Alabama got caught. He just got caught in the wrong gap, the wrong position.
No, I think, I think you bring up a good point. I mean, rewatching that game and what Matt Corral was able to do, and that was based off Lane Kiffin's scheme overall. You're right. Like those linebackers got completely caught up. And when you kind of look at the overall where Matt Corral was effective was right over the middle of the field. And I think they did, they did a fantastic job. Kind of when
a lot of people,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, Kyle. A lot of people don't understand that the offensive coordinator is Jeff Levy, who came from UCF. I haven't seen a team go that fast, maybe since UCF or Oregon. They were snapping the ball with 30. I mean, they were going fast, man. Yeah. That defense is going to give anybody problems. That's an NFL quarterback, NFL running back. I knew about Ybarra. That team is good. They will score points on anybody in college football, including Georgia. Yeah. They go too fast, and they got a lot of misdirections. They have read options off of options, but they got options off of options off of options. Yeah. And that guy, he has the rifle arm. Stetson Bennett, if he can beat Alabama with his arm, so be it.
Sure.
Right? Then we deserve to lose. But I just don't see that. I just don't see it. This offense matches up good with Bama. And I believe that those guys are going to go out there and they're going to play lights out tonight. I just believe that. I believe it in my heart. And I think when it's all said and done, we're going to look at that game and say, you know what? That Bama defense came to play. Because I don't really look. I love our offensive line. I'm not completely sold on Mac Jones as of yet. I know he went down to Auburn, his first start on the road. Really good game, right? 1 pick six, I'll give it to him. The other one I want. 335 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he tossed dimes in that game. He did, Kyle. Mm-hmm. So let's see what he do. You know what I'm saying? But I believe Bama's going to win this game.
Joe, let me tell you something, man. Please call again next time. You're providing so much great content. Obviously, the schematics of the game, and I definitely want to get your commentary after the game. So, and to everybody watching, so this is kind of just a pop-up show. I might do this kind of more in the future, kind of do like the morning kind of call-in show. But in the evenings, right after the game ends, we do a post-game show. We have Nick Saban take everybody's calls and really break it down. So please call again next time. This is the number 205-850-0883. Keep it in your phone book and definitely call in again.
I sure will, Kyle. Thank you very much. Be blessed.
All right. You too, man. Thank you very much. All right. Very important part with the ending. Be blessed. You know what I'm saying? We're so blessed to be here, just blessed to be talking, football together on this beautiful Saturday. And thank you very much for joining me. My name is Kyle Henderson, Bama Insider. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Tons of coverage coming your way this evening. We got the watch party, which will be basically we're just watching the game with you. You don't have to obviously watch us, but we're watching the game with you. That'll be right here on our YouTube channel. And then right after the game is the post-game show right here on Bama Insider. I'll get to the calls in just a minute. Just hang in the call queue for just a second, and I'll get right to you right here on our Bama Insider pregame show. Thank you very much for joining us. All the coverage back at Bama Insider tonight. Again, the Bama Insider postgame call-in show immediately as the game ends tonight. We'll take your calls right here on Bama Insider. All right, moving to our next call, and we'll take it now. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson.
What's up?
Thanks. What's up, man? Who is this and where are you calling from?
Hey, Kyle. It's Vince. I called you before. I'm from Sacramento area.
Dude, Vince, what's up, man? The last time Vince called was after this last game, and we were pushing the SEC after the dark. But Vince out in Cali, up in Sacktown, called in. He was our last caller. So thank you very much for calling in the morning. I'm sure we'll hear from you in the evening time. So final thoughts and kind of predictions going into this game, Vince.
I think we're looking really good. I think with Coach Saban recovering from COVID, and his presence is going to be there, and he's going to be there at the game. I think that's going to be really a huge boost for the guys on defense. I was thinking about it last game. I look at it. We have the team. We have the defense. We have a great defensive line to stop Georgia's running game. We just really, really, really have to stick it to Georgia. I think this is a game that's really gonna, if we stop Georgia, I think this is gonna be that game that's gonna really boost this and take us really far to SEC championship game. I really do.
Hey, Vince, check this out. I was thinking about it. And by the way, Darius, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, man. Vince, how about this? When you look at Alabama and Georgia, right? These two teams could potentially play not once, not twice, but three times. And I'll tell you why. You look at this game today, right? And let's say one of the other team who wins runs the table, right? So that team theoretically could be undefeated. The other team has one loss. Alabama, Georgia meet up in the SEC championship game. The other team, whoever, won this game, loses the next game. So both of those teams make the playoffs. Whatever Frankenstein playoffs that we got coming from the College Football Playoff Committee, I have no idea. These two teams make it, get seated on the opposite side of the bracket, and play again for a third time. It's not unrealistic to think about that far in advance. These two teams could be on a collision course multiple times this season.
They really, really, really can. And another thing is, if you look at Florida's lost to Texas A&M, and we wiped out Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Florida, I don't.
All right. Looks like might have lost. All right. We might have dropped our calls real quick. So please stand by. I'll be right back.
Alabama, if they get things clicking on their defense, they have the pieces to do it. And if their offense keeps playing like they are, I guarantee you they are the most balanced team in college football besides Clemson.
Hey, Vince, let me ask you a question real quick before we move on to our next caller. The teams that have seemed to beat Alabama in the past aren't the teams with the best defense or the teams with the best offense. That's why I don't feel that Georgia is going to beat Alabama tonight. You look at that LSU team. That team was ridiculous. And kind of when I look throughout the landscape of college football, my biggest question to everybody is which offense out there can outshoot Alabama's offense? Honestly, is it Clemson? Maybe. Is Ohio State? We don't even know what Ohio State looks like because they haven't played a game.
Yeah, actually, I was actually thinking about it yesterday, Kyle. I don't know if Ohio State will make the playoff because they may go undefeated, but there's going to be other teams that's going to go undefeated. And I don't know if they'll have enough games on their resume to make the playoff.
What about this? And then you have the Pac-12, whatever type of season they're going to have. And I know we're kind of getting a little off base here, but I mean, what if Oregon, I mean, aren't they going to play like 6 games or something like that? And then their championship games. So they could be 7-0 playing nobody. They could be eligible. Ohio State, whoever they're going to play, they could be eligible. And then you have these teams from the SEC that are going through this gauntlet. And then you have Clemson, who has played nobody. I mean, hopefully, North Carolina and Clemson, whatever that game is. But I don't know. I mean, you're right. Kind of when you look long term, like basically, what the hell are they going to do for the playoffs?
No, Notre Dame could make it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Vince, wrap it up with the final score, buddy.
Final score, I'm going to go Bama 35, and I'm going to go Georgia 21.
Wow. Okay. 35-21. And someone else posted that as well, just as you said it too. So
yeah, I'm going to go that. And best part is we're going to be making our extra points, which is going to be great.
Yeah, Will Reichert has looked fantastic so far. Thank you very much, Vince from Cali. Enjoy the game, and we'll catch you soon on the post-game call-in show.
All right, Kyle. Love you.
All right, take it easy, man.
Bye.
All right. Vince from Cali, showing the love. Appreciate it. Got love for California. Used to live in California. Used to live in Redondo Beach, if you've ever been there. And if you're new to the show, I'm not from Alabama. I've been here now for going on 5 years, but I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico. So if you've ever been through New Mexico, maybe a time or two, if you've ever seen Breaking Bad, right? I still own a home in Albuquerque. I consider also my home. I went to school in Pella, Iowa. If anyone knows where, Pella, Iowa is, Pella Windows, great community. It's just south of Des Moines. And then I also lived in Washington, D.C. So I've kind of, been around and now in Tuscaloosa, Alabama with my family. I absolutely love it down here. That Southern hospitality is fantastic. Take a couple more calls and then I will break out and enjoy this great day with my family and kind of get ready for that watch party in the call-in show after. All right, moving on. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, this is Jay from Atlanta. How you doing, Kyle?
What's up, man? James from Atlanta. Okay, got you, man. You're on the show. As I already said multiple times, I love Atlanta, man. So go ahead, man. You're on the show.
This game is epic. We already know, but in the long scheme of things, it's kind of a nothing burger. But anyway, let me get to the game. I believe that Georgia is going to walk into Bryant-Denny Stadium with not their first string, not their second string, not their third string, but their fourth string walk on, and they're going to win the game in Alabama. That's what's going to happen.
He's confident that Georgia comes on and beats Alabama.
Absolutely, this is a crossroad game because all the teams that beat Bama, their quarterbacks are highly recruited. Cam Newton, all the way to Johnny Manziel. All of them are pretty. Even the Carroll kid, he was highly recruited. So if Stinson the fourth walks into Bryant-Denny Stadium and beat Saban on the sideline, this don't bode well for Bama. It just don't.
All right, so
not at all.
James, give me a score prediction, man.
It's going to be 21-24 on the last drive. Stetson Bennett.
Okay. All right. James from ATL going with Stetson Bennett. All right, man. Well, thanks for calling in, James. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
All right. That was James calling in. He believes in Stetson Bennett. We'll see what James if James is right. I'm curious to see Stetson Bennett. I mean, this is one guy that, remember coming into the season, everyone was talking about Jamie Newman and how he was going to be Georgia's quarterback, and then JT Daniels, and then now all of a sudden it's Stetson Bennett. I have a graphic. I'll get to my callers in just a second. Kind of looking at the overall player grades right here. Stetson Bennett so far through 3 games, 77.1 grade out. These are all from Pro Football Focus. And then you have Mac Jones, who's a 93.6. There you see the running back comparison, Najee Harris with a 79.5, which seems kind of low to me. Brian Robinson, who I think has been playing fantastic, has a grade of 70.4, actually 74.6 rather, has been playing through the roof in my opinion. When you look at kind of the overall offensive grades, Alabama, 93.5, and Georgia 77.4. So Alabama clearly with the edge. But when you kind of look at the overall grade, which is up at the top, you see that the two teams neck and neck. Georgia just slightly has the edge. I will take my next caller, and here we go. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Yes, Kyle. This is Jarvis calling you from Texas.
Hey, Jarvis, what's up, man? I hope you're having a great Saturday, man. You already have your coffee and get your game day in, I assume?
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm glad that you have a call-in show, for big games like this, so we can, get those last-minute opinions that we have about everything. Also, I was glad that you had the show, and I just want to start off by saying, I've been waiting for this game just like everybody else since we first saw it on the schedule originally, and it's crazy that it's here after everything we've been through. At one point it didn't look like we have any of this, so it's just a great feeling to finally be a few hours away from kickoff.
So give me a score prediction and kind of a final thought going into this, gigantic matchup. I can't believe it's here. It seemed like this week has been a year, right? And it seems like 2020, the overall year, has been like this huge portion of my life and everyone else's life, right? Like, remember just kind of thinking back when, 2020 got here, we're like, all right, 2020, what's going to go down? And then after Kobe passed away, which was some of the worst news of this entire year, it seemed like we just got caught in this terrible, have you ever seen that show Black Mirror? You probably haven't, but Black Mirror is like this crazy sci-fi show, but we're like in that show, it's like this year will never end. But final thoughts and score prediction on this game.
Yeah, very well said. And I do know about that show, the Black Mirror show, so I do know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Ole Miss was only a week ago, but it feels like it was like a month ago with all the, coverage and scrutiny we've been hearing day after day after day, second after second. So I know the players are tired of hearing the narrative. I know they're ready to make an example out of Georgia. I think we're catching Georgia at the perfect time. We couldn't have played any worse against Ole Miss, so I'm pretty sure we'll play way better against Georgia. I know we'll get up for them this game. They can't beat us, obviously. So I think we'll win big. I think 42-21 Bama is a good score. I think Mac Jones comes out and grabs the Heisman Trophy by the horns, really shows that he's big game Mac. And I think Georgia's not ready for the offense that they're about to see at all.
I think when you look at this game, I really don't think that it's going to be like a blowout. Would really shock me. A high scoring one, I guess that would also shock me. But if it's like, if Bama just comes out and completely dominates, then I would just be completely shocked. But, and that's not disrespect to Alabama. I just think that this game will be tight. And I think Kirby Plan will have, such a good game plan in place. So, we'll have to, see what happens. What else, Jarvis? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, just kind of piggybacking off that point. I will say this: if you look at the Texas A&M game when we played them, we beat them 52-24. The next week, they turned around and knocked off Florida. So the turnaround you can have in a week is crazy. And like I said, I think our defense will play very inspired. I think we'll have at least 3 sacks today, hopefully a pick. And I don't think Stetson Bennett is the guy to beat us. Like you said, a mobile dual threat quarterback has given us troubles in the past. Stetson's more of a statue, and I think that we will, step up in a big way and show everybody that our defense isn't done just yet.
All right. Any final thought as you round it out, Jarvis? And thank you so much, Bama Mike. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Go ahead, close it out, Jarvis.
Yeah, I'm just can't wait. The whole world is going to be dialed in. I was watching the SEC Nation, and Missouri's game is postponed today, and their coach was saying they're going to be watching the game. So the whole world is going to be watching.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for Bama to step up and just show, hey, we're not done yet. Leave us alone. The Ole Miss game was an anomaly. Lane is going to score on everybody. So get off our back and just watch us roll tonight. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in and enjoy your college football Saturday, and we'll catch up with you on the post-game show.
All right, you too, Kyle. Roll Tide.
All right, take it easy, buddy. Roll Tide to you. All right. So I love the score predictions. I'll get to the callers in just a second. Plenty in the queue. So we're taking final thoughts and score predictions right here on Bama Insider. And thank you again to Bama Mike. I appreciate the super chat. Really appreciate, all the super chats, and a simple thumbs up also goes a long way, and also subscribe to the channel. We'll actually have the post-game call-in show right after the game, literally immediately. So just remember, pull out your phone, YouTube, post-game call-in show right here on Bama Insider. And we're going to move to our next caller right now. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
I'm Jeremiah from Florida.
Jeremiah from
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for calling in. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to say that Alabama secondary has been garbage. Like, they get torched. I honestly feel like when Georgia plays Alabama, they're going to expose that weak secondary that Alabama has. Like, it's been terrible. Like, this new coach that Alabama has needs to be fired. Like, I feel like, honestly, like, I don't know what, like, Nick Saban's been doing, bro, but, like, he went wrong with hiring that dude, bro. Like, I honestly, like, that secondary has been just terrible, like, for years. They haven't been good since Minka Fitzpatrick and Eddie Jackson was there, honestly. Like, and I don't know, like, how to, like, even if they do beat Georgia, I don't understand, like, how they're gonna go far and beat, like, Clemson. I don't understand. I honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like the legacy that Nick Saban got, like, he's just, like, honestly, he's not gonna be coaching for long. Like he's just, like, honestly wasting his time, honestly.
I think, and we're on with Jeremiah from Florida. I mean, when you look at kind of these, the defensive grades, and we've had, callers call in before and kind of look at the defensive, talk about the defense. Here are the grades through 3 games for Alabama, and they're on the left of your screen. There's the grades from Georgia on the right of your screen. You see that, I mean, the grades aren't that impressive. You have Josh Jobe and Patrick Surtain who have graded out over 70%. But when you kind of look at everybody else, I mean, the grades are abysmal. So that's got to be a reflection on the defensive coordinator, and everybody knows that that's Nick Saban's defense. Jeremiah, before we go, give me a score prediction for this game, buddy.
I got Georgia 42. I got Bama 35.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm gonna say.
High scoring game. All right, thank you very much, Jeremiah. I appreciate you calling, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, that was Jeremiah from Florida. He's hating on the defense. I mean, I'm telling you, when you look at the grades overall on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, it's really unbelievable. We haven't seen grades like this from Alabama, since I've been covering the team the last couple of years. So it stands out. So Jeremiah's certainly upset about the defense. Next caller, we'll take a couple more calls. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hi, my name is Xavier. I'm from Louisiana.
All right. What's up, X? How you doing, man?
Okay, my prediction for the game is going to be like at least 49-50. It all depends on our opportunity with the defense.
Mm-hmm. What about a score prediction, Xavier?
The final score, if we play man defense, it's got to be at least, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be like 49-51. If Bama come through with the defense, it all depends.
Okay. All right. Well,
we had 2 missed blocks the last game.
Xavier, before I let you go, man, give me an MVP of this game. It's somewhat like a player you expect to really just rise up and stand up today.
Water.
Jalen Water, I love it. I thought you're going to say Smitty because you're from Louisiana, and he's been balling out.
Smitty gonna do the same thing. Smitty gonna do his job. But if Water do what he needs to do and come through, and Mac Jones throw him the ball, beaucoup times he gonna get the job done.
All right, Xavier, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much. Ton of points expected from Xavier out in Louisiana. Appreciate you calling in, Xavier. Thank you so much. Moving on to our next caller, and take it right now. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
From Talladega, Alabama.
I'm sorry, I missed your first name.
Willow, Willow.
Okay, go ahead, Willow.
Like the tree.
Yeah. No. I got you.
First off, man, a longtime fan of the show, man. First time caller. I appreciate what you do, man. Great coverage. We love you here in Alabama. We're glad you landed here. Southern hospitality doing you well. That's good to hear. Look, man, I love Kirby Smart. I do. I got to be honest. I don't think this quarterback can do it. All the quarterbacks that gave Alabama trouble, we know who they were. They were Cam, they were Tebow, they were Menzel. But these were also troubles that we had when Kirby was here. And we haven't really had those troubles since Kirby's been gone. I think he's a great defensive coordinator, but then you look on the other side of the ball where he's at Georgia. Georgia has had some of the best quarterbacks come through there that never really developed into game-changing quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
They were solid. They were game managers, but they weren't those dual-threat, clutch, game-winning quarterbacks that could change the outcome of a game. I don't think they have that today. If it's a close game and it's a defensive game, Alabama could be in trouble. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a rout, I think it's Alabama all the way. I'm voting my heart on this. I say Alabama in the rout. I think we win by multiple scores. I'm going to go 45-17. That's where my heart's taking me. It may not be the smartest bet. I probably wouldn't put money on that kind of line, but I do want to believe it's a blowout. I think Alabama does well. I think the defense is tired of hearing about it. I think they step up today. I do think Pete Golding is in a little bit of trouble. And I think that's why Saban brought him in. I think Saban's tired of hiring an entire new coaching staff every 15 minutes. So he brought in a guy that he can kind of bring up and groom. Look, Alabama is stacked on defense. Why are they not developing right now? I don't understand. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. But most of what you're seeing is not men being beat in the secondary. It's blown coverage. It's missed assignments. It's not a lack of talent. I don't know if it's too complicated. They need to dumb it down a little. I don't know what the problem is. I'm not a defensive coordinator, but there's definitely a problem. The talent is there. Anyway, I know you got a couple more calls to get to, man. I don't want to hold you up. Kyle, again, we love you, brother. Thank you so much for what you do, man. Jeremiah from Florida is clearly drinking this morning because I think he's way off. So much love to you, brother. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you afterwards, buddy.
All right. Thank you so much, Willow. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for
yes, sir. Be safe, brother. Later. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll Tide to you. That's Willow from Alabama, Talladega, actually. And appreciate the love. Man, I'm telling you, I love living in Alabama. I never even dreamt I'd live in Alabama, much less Tuscaloosa. I don't think like when you're, going through your career, like Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I'm telling you, love it here. This has been a fantastic, last 5 years for us. So we appreciate you guys calling in. All right, take another call. We got, we're talking score predictions, final thoughts going into this game. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson.
Hi.
Who am I? What's your name, buddy? Go ahead. Yeah.
This is me. This is Jaron Wilbaum from Michigan, and I've always been a big fan of the show.
Okay.
I love you, Kyle, and I really love the Crimson Tide. I've been a fan all my life.
Cool, man. Give me I missed your first name. What was your first name?
Jaron.
Garen?
Yeah, Jaron with a G.
Okay. All right. And give me a final score prediction for tonight's game between Alabama and Georgia.
I think that Alabama will win 50-20. I think the defense will improve, and I feel like the offense will do real good.
Okay. And but before I let you go, before I move on, give me one player you think is going to rise up and be that MVP player tonight.
I think Mac Jones, he will shine. He will have his Heisman moment.
Mac Jones. All right. So Garen has Bama big and he's taking Mac Jones. Well, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the call from Michigan. You enjoy your game tonight and definitely catch us on the post-game show.
Thanks. Have a good day.
All right. It's Garen from up in Michigan. Appreciate it. All right. Next caller. It was just like that. Hello. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, it's William from Phoenix City, Alabama.
Okay. All right. What's up, William? Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Final thoughts and score predictions for Alabama and Georgia tonight.
I'm going to go 23-10.
Wow.
Hopefully we can get a safety on them. I think we're going to get a safety on them back in the end zone.
So that's such a low scoring prediction, William. You think just like a clash of the defenses, or like what are you expecting in this game?
Yeah, it's totally going to be defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been preparing all week since last week against Ole Miss. Defense didn't do good, but they got it in them. They got a lot of talent on defense.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't giving the defense credit where they should have. I mean, I've seen worse defense in the years through Alabama, and they always pulled it out the bag. So
I think, do you think if any coach is going to beat Nick Saban, do you think that's going to be Kirby Smart?
No, I thought it would be Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. No, I kind of.
I mean, I said that. I've said that for years. If I think it'd be Lane Kiffin, I don't think it'd be Kirby.
Yeah. Well, the reason I ask about Kirby is it seems like he's going to have the most opportunities to do so, right? And I'm talking that I think these two teams play absolutely twice this year, if not 3 times. So that's kind of why I'm asking about Kirby. But I'm telling you, I thought it was going to be Lane Kiffin this last week. Final thought, William, on this game tonight.
I just think defense is going to show up,
okay,
roll tide, and I hope Coach Saban can be there.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you very much, William. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you soon.
All right. Have a good one. Roll tide.
You too. All right. Last call that we're going to take for this opening show, and then I'll catch you guys right after for the post-game show. Thank you very much for joining me. This is kind of, I wanted to bring you something different today, and so much excitement going on in this game. And like I said, we should have some news on Nick Saban probably around 2 p.m. So I'll probably jump back on with a quick update. I don't know if it'll be live or not. Maybe just watch the video. So hit the notification tab so you don't miss the news when it breaks. I'm sure you guys will get it everywhere, but definitely that's kind of what's on tap. Last call that we're going to take for this morning show. Hey, what's going on? Thank you very much for calling in. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Brandon from Los Angeles, California.
Right. Cool, Brandon. What's up, man? I used to live out in Redondo Beach, man. I love Cali, and thank you very much for joining us this morning. Go ahead.
Yes, Bama's offense is loaded. Receivers up and down, running backs up and down, offensive line up and down, quarterbacks up and down. They're going to kill Georgia. Georgia's offense cannot keep up with Alabama's offense. I think 35-14, definitely. And Georgia lost their national championship when they let Justin Fields get out of town. They will never make it over the hump, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Until they change their offense. Their offense is too straight up and down.
Do you think that kind of when you look at the landscape of college football, and we're on the line with Brandon from California, that there's any team that can outshoot Alabama? I mean, seriously, Ole Miss had the offense. They thought they could do it. Do you think it's Clemson? I mean, we don't even know what Ohio State really has. We don't even know what type of schedule they're going to have, or we do, but we don't know what they look like. So, I mean, is Clemson that other team? I mean, because I, in my opinion, the only team that beats Alabama is a team that can really match up with them offensively. So, I mean, is it just Clemson out there? Help me out there, Brandon.
Yes, I think it's just Clemson. Actually, also Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State's going to be Ohio State with Justin Fields. Those are the only 2 teams. In my opinion.
Final thought on this game, and give me a score prediction, Brandon.
35-14, Alabama.
Wow, 35-14. So many fans today thinking it's going to be a blowout. And that kind of, I think that I think the game will be tight. I do see Alabama I'll give you my score prediction in just a second, but I think that, I just don't see it being a blowout. But that's just me. I think the game will be too tight, and I think Kirby Smart will have a defensive plan just to kind of slow down Alabama. But when I look at the teams overall, I just can't see anybody stopping this defense. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Mac Jones. I mean, it's just it's hard for me to see anybody stopping this offense. But thank you very much for calling in, Brandon. Right after the game, we have a post-game call-in show, so definitely join us if you can, and we'll catch up with you soon. Thank you so much for calling in from Los Angeles today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, Brandon from Los Angeles. Okay, that's going to be the last call that we take for this morning show. And I'll give you my score prediction. I think that Alabama is able to beat Georgia. I'll take that 31 to let's go 31-20, 24, and I'll take Alabama. I'll take the points. I think that Alabama, their offense isn't going to be stopped. I don't think they're going to come out in this game and, I don't think it's going to be a 56-48 shootout or whatever. I think it's a great game. I think it's very entertaining, but I think in the end, Alabama's offense is able to capitalize when they need to. And I think the difference in this game is if Alabama's defense, if they can come up with a stop, if they can come up with a 3-and-out, I think that'll just be enough for Alabama to beat Georgia today. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think this is going to be the last time that these two teams face each other. I'm taking Alabama. I think it's going to be very entertaining, and I think Nick Saban will be coaching on the sidelines, and I think Nick Saban will continue to be undefeated against former assistant coaches. Thank you very much for joining me today on the program. Enjoy your Saturday. Hang out with your friends. Enjoy your loved ones. I'll be on the watch party tonight right here on our YouTube channel talking Alabama and Georgia. Watch the game. We're watching with you. And then after the game, we got the post-game show right here on BamaInsider.com. Starts immediately after the game ends right here on Bama Insider. Thank you very much for watching me, reporting, and coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Hit the thumbs up button, all super chats. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful day. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.